This video contains information that may be offensive and disturbing to some people.
Yeah, I was having a hard time figuring out how to use this damn thing.
Or shocked by images and need a warning
I switched over my screen a little bit.
Or story being discussed, then please unsubscribe from my channel immediately. My channel covers the harsh reality of even the worst crimes imaginable and is for adults only. For those of you who fit into this category, take this message as your warning and don't watch any further.
There it is, everybody. The So Mean jail with the actual prison guard. Yeah? Thought since it's been a tough week, I'll start off in prison. I don't even know what that would have been. All right, yeah. Wait, is Crystal... Hey! Thanks, Lee T, One Sly Angel, Kit Kat. That's right. Zozo, Tracy, and Kubi sent me some fruit with some chocolate on it. I already gobbled all of that part down.
Nah.
Well, I don't see the bailment. Oh, there we go. There's bail. The rest of them are just... There we go. Thank you.
Happy birthday
oh, wow.
to ya. Hey. It's your birthday.
Thank you, Lee D, One Sly Angel, Kit Kat, Jessica Schubach, Lori Staggs, Kubi, Rochelle Black, and Kristen Rose. Okay, that's good. I'll get out. You know what's weird is I have it set up differently.
Happy birthday. Party popper, confetti, party popper, confetti, party popper.
Thank you, Crystal Ann. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's hard to... I set it up differently. So as soon as you click on it, it shoots over. The other one had a transition button. Okay, but check it out. You know that... The scene I've been working on? Thank you, Crystal Ann. Hey, this thing it's hard to find this one here. It was Kubi's idea too. She said you should get one of those one day.
Your birthday suit, lol.
Thank you. Birthday suit. Yeah, today's my birthday. Yesterday wasn't. I mean, I guess for some it was late at night. The 16th. That's it. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Hughes, partying face party popper balloon.
Thank you, Kristen Rose and Crystal Ann. Kristen Rose is 1 penny short of the cat eye donation, but she probably didn't want that sound.
Birthday bail partying face.
Oh, was that your idea? Oh. I can't remember who said that. Oh, that was you. Maybe she said it too, though, I thought. Huh. That's weird. Maybe you guys had the same ideas. That's why you guys are kind of... Okay, Zoe's idea. All right, here we go. Look at, or Zozo. Oh, yeah, you were Chewbacca mask. Okay. Yeah, well, see, how am I supposed to distinguish the difference? Chewbacca mask and a... All right. All right, so check it out. See, this is the... I'm just still working on it, though. See this screen right here? And then this is what we were working on. See, watch. That's pretty sweet, isn't it? I mean, look how perfect that worked. I just have to get the stuff on the screen there. But look how perfect that is. Ding, boom. I couldn't believe it that it worked so perfect like that. So you guys were watching when we made this, see? I can have a sound effect on it too, like... Probably more like... Although you'd probably get sick of that after a while. Yep, planning on being mean a lot. Anyways, that's what I'm still working on right there. And I think I'll eventually make it so that, like, these bars just come down out of this. Like I hit something and these bars go... It'd be sweet. All you have to do is put a... I'm not really sure how I would do that. But I don't know if you guys saw the community post that I made today. It's pretty weird. In the Janelle Matthews case that we were just discussing the other night, because there was they arrested the killer named Steve Pankey. Yeah. So in this case right here, this guy right here was arrested, Steve Pankey. He looked a little younger. I mean, obviously. Looked totally different, actually, when he was younger. Oh, you can't see it, so let me... There we go. See, I don't really like just clicking on it. I like having the transition set up. So... Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. Hey, heard it's your birthday. How are you already in jail on your birthday? It's just I've been grumpy this week. Thanks. Oh yeah, you'll sing me happy birthday? Okay. I'll just put it in the chat. I don't really... The number isn't just something that always works. You know, it takes a second or two to... It's not always running. Okay. Ew, where is this damn thing? Well, there it is. I don't know if you can read it or not, but does it just immediately show
Happy
up on there?
birthday, Gray.
I guess it does. There it is right there. I guess I could put it in here too, so you can maybe you can see the numbers. But there's the meeting ID and the passcode. Hey, I'm actually. It even has like an ID. What I need to put on there is L101 now, or 5.2 or some shit like that. Thanks, Firefly Shy and Cindy Lee and Dana Dane.
Happy birthday, Gray. Hey, freak family.
Is it gonna sound like Zozo? Almost Zozo. Is it gonna sound like Zozo or Mary Lou?
Hey, thanks, Mary Wood. Oh boy. Yeah. Thanks. You know, Blue has a prison garb too. All right, the number's right there. I just put it in the chat. It's up on the screen. It's supposed to work. It's weird though now because you don't set it up. I'm not sure how to show you this, but let's like this. Normally there's two monitors and you click the transition one, but to use that other program where I just click the buttons, you can't have it. It's called studio mode. Oh, wow.
Oh, and he hung up on me.
No, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got my daughter beeping in now, too, so hang on one second.
Oh, man, I got to be on hold?
No, I'm not putting you on hold. I'm sending her straight to voicemail.
It's okay, I was kidding. Hey, thanks, Mary Wood. Well, I guess I'm waiting for somebody to sing. Yeah, anyways, the screen. This is what it normally looks like this. See how there's two monitors and then you hit this transition button? Well, when you don't have it set up like that, you just have it in the normal mode. As soon as you click on the folder, it immediately loads it up. So a lot of times I like to set stuff up and then send it over. See, it's so much better on this Stream Deck, the Chewbacca.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
See, when this one's double stereo.
Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Cairo. Yeah, the whoever that was hung up, I think. I don't know where she went. So, I guess we'll just do what we're doing. This Steve Pankey guy right here, check this thing out. He's apparently was a Patreon of a few different people, like John Lorden for $1 for the last 16 months. He commented on one of my videos. He, he was probably just trying to figure out how to do stuff. Because what was weird is he was on, if it was 16 months ago on John Lorden's Patreon, that means it was before the body was found. So that means he was probably trying to, learn, he's really into true crime. Crazy, right? Here, I'll show you mine. Yeah, right here. So this is a show I did September. So this is a show I did September. Wait, why am I? Is this today? What's going on? Oh wait, crap! That's my show today. It was this one. I was wondering, like, wait, that sounds exactly like what I just said. Okay, this is September 26, 2019, right?
See, at this point, you guys should kind of know what looks cool, right? Oh, that's neat. Look at that.
But look at this right down here. Where the hell is it? Is this the correct one? Let's see. This is September. I wonder if he already took it off of it. Was my brain just not seeing it? Oh, weird. He must have seen it or something. Maybe he's out on bail. Oh, there he is, at the very bottom. See, right there, Steve. I don't know why it made it to the bottom. It used to be like third from the top. But see, yeah, now it's at the bottom. It didn't used to be at the bottom. And then I commented, evil lurks. This comment didn't age well. Never say never. Hey, it says, Gray, I'm innocent. I live 2 miles away. Without considering police involvement, the case will never be solved. So what you're saying is, if the police don't get involved, it won't be solved. But but if you do consider police involvement, it will be solved. And guess what, idiot? They did get involved, and they solved it. I'm not sure what happened, but that person never called me back. I'm not even sure what the point of that whole thing was. Yeah, absolutely crazy, isn't it? But yeah, we talked about it last year in September because that's when they found Janelle's body. And this is where her body was found, in the middle of this field right here. This disturbed earth is because of all the equipment they had. And basically, she lived right here. It was in 1984. She was at her school, I think. Maybe even, I'm not sure exactly where her school was compared to here. Maybe it's even right there. But she was at her school in a play of some sort. And then she went home and literally looked like she turned the TV on, sat down, and then somebody abducted her from her house. And for 36 years, 35 years, well, 34 and a half years to be precise, later they found her body, which was weird because her body was found on CR 34.5. Has nothing to do with anything. It's just a weird coincidence. And their body was found here. And during the years, Pankey's been a suspect because he says stuff that only the killer would know, and he was taunting the police because he just felt so sure of it that they'd never find her body. But miraculously, because wires were, some kind of a pipes or something were put in over here, they dug in this totally remote field. I wonder what it looked like in 1990. Yeah, I mean, look at what 1999. There's not even anything out here. It's just literal farmland, and that's 1999. So if you go to now there's stuff going on. I think this is what they were building and why they were building those pipes. Are you here now? Hello?
I am here now.
Oh, cool.
Okay, good. Finally. It's the first time I've ever used this kind of technology before. So, yeah, I had to figure it out. And then my daughter called, just completely messed me up. So, I just wanted to sing you happy birthday. I don't know. It was just a thing that just popped in my brain yesterday. And, honestly, I don't know how to sing worth a crap. So, I just figured I could sing happy birthday.
Even though you can't. Okay, do it. Let's see it.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gray. Happy birthday to you.
All right.
There we go.
Can you hear the cheering?
Yeah, I can
All
hear it.
right.
It's funny.
Excellent.
But happy birthday, and I'm glad I'm part of this wonderful community you have gathered, and I'm blessed to be a part of this freak family. So I appreciate everything you do, and have a happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. That was very nice of you.
You're very welcome. You guys have work.
All right.
You guys, I'll just be reading the stuff in the chat. I'll just be in the back, just
All right. Well,
creeping, watching everybody else. All right.
thank you. That was very nice.
All right.
All right. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
That was cool, wasn't it? Yeah. That's an actual birthday. It wasn't a professional or anything. Somebody just said they wanted to sing my happy birthday. That was good stuff. All right. I was thinking, man, am I going to have to, tip on this one? So, that's what's crazy is this guy, he did this in 1984. He ran for sheriff at one point. And then he also ran for governor at one point. I mean, he was just totally... It's almost like he was running for positions that he could exonerate himself. Like a sheriff, right? Oh, well, yeah, you don't look in the right areas. Then you run for governor and probably pardon yourself. I mean, what a fool. So I don't know what the hell he was doing. And then finally he got arrested because his DNA matched, and he is going to be going on trial. He probably thinks he's still going to get away with it at this point. And then, like I was saying, he's been on my... He made a comment on my page here. Right at the bottom here. All of you guys chimed in there. Thanks, Kristen Rose. Wow, another one. Jesus. Well, thank you so much. Wow. 2 cat eyes. Yeah, he lived 2 miles away or something like that, he says. Well, he said that in well, he said it right here in this comment. Right here, he said, I'm innocent. I live 2 miles away. Without considering police. But I think that he lived closer than that. I think that was bullshit right there. I'm pretty sure he lived a little bit closer. Let me go look at that one article. There was one from... right here. Let me move it down to where he's mentioned. I'll just type in his name. And then we'll go right to it. No. I didn't even do that on purpose. But hey, cool. No, that's not the one. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, it says, last week, a former candidate for Idaho governor, 68-year-old Steve Pankey, told the Idaho Statesman he was being investigated in the case. At the time of Jonelle's disappearance, Pankey lived 2 miles from Matthews' home. Oh, there you go. So he told the Idaho Statesman in a September article. Well, that's interesting because I put the video out, and then he must have commented... what, in April of this year? Because it was 6 months ago. So he must not have seen it yet. He finally got a hold of my video, with the algorithms and all. I'm so disappointed that Steve Pankey didn't see my video sooner than that. His name looks familiar, though. When you look at it, feels like he's commented before, just in the chat. Over on the side. It'd be interesting to go back to previous shows, maybe ones having to deal with younger kids, and see if he ventured to comment in the live chat section. So if anybody's really, really bored and you want to go try to find some more comments he made in our chat, see if you can find them. And I'm not even guaranteeing you that they're going to be in there. I donate to EquiSearch all the time. I've donated $5,000. It's EquiSearch, not EquinSearch. Unless that's a whole different one, which would then be almost like plagiarism that they stole the same name. Yeah. Now a lot of people want to do that. That's fun. Investigative stuff. It's fun. I just don't have time. That's the problem. So it says, let's see. Being investigated in the case at the time of Janelle's disappearance, Pankey lived 2 miles away from Matthews' home. Let's see. Though Greeley police told Greeley Tribune there were multiple inconsistencies to Pankey's statements, they confirmed on September 13th that he was a person of interest. With the July discovery breathing new life into decades-old mystery, the Matthews family and Greeley are now holding out hope for justice. For 34 and a half years, they asked, "Where is Jonelle?" Now they have a different question. Who killed her? And like I said, she was found on CR 34 and a half, ironically. Yeah, so let's go. I was sent, a couple different people sent it, but the indictment. So we actually have the indictment now, and I think this will be interesting to go through. All right, so now we're gonna get to hear the. I just had a glitch. Get it. I like that use of that. Watch that. You just gotta go. Come on, you don't like that? That's pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, let's see the robot one. Hold on a second. Yeah, I've had a little too much chocolate and shit. Hold on. Hey, good stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Can I ask you guys something? Why do you think they made people wear these stupid ass hats in prison? Keep lice from getting in their hair or something like that? Hey, Gen H, did you see the those transitions? I'm still working on them because I have to put all this stuff on them. But it's like, this is what we were working on. You seem to be more interested than most into the animation stuff. I mean, it worked pretty good. I just have to put stuff down here, you know, all the different little things. Thank you, Kit Kat. Your version is just as good as any other version. That's for damn sure.
This video contains information that may be offensive and disturbing to...
So I don't know how to... It's weird. If you usually I'm clicking down to pick the right scene, but now when you just even click it, it shoots over to the show. It's ridiculous. So I guess you got to be really certain. Like, okay, there we go. All right, ready? Here we go. I'm going to skip down to the meaningful stuff. So this is, I guess there was a grand jury. Murder in the first degree after deliberation. Honor between the 20th, these are the charges. 20th day of December 1984 and the 21st day of December 1984. So it was right around Christmas time. I think that was actually like a Christmas performance that she was in. Felony murder, kidnapping. Yeah, a lot of charges. All right, so the offense charged in counts 1 through 5 of the indictment were committed in the following manner. So now we get to hear what they believe he did. What's that thing on the very bottom? Oh, yeah. Let me close that down. Thanks, Spunky Steph. Wow, you guys, thanks so much for all that birthday. Stephen Dana Pankey took Janelle Matthews from her family home at 320 43 Avenue Court. And we have that. I'll just type it in again just to show. 320 43rd Avenue. And there it is, right there on the pin. So it's always kind of interesting to do a street view or something and look at it and just realize that it's in that house right there that she was just taken out. So that's 320. Looks like that hasn't changed one bit just by the look of it. Okay, Stephen Dana Pankey was armed with a firearm. Stephen Dana Pankey shot Janelle Matthews during the course of the kidnapping. Stephen Dana Pankey shot Janelle Matthews intentionally and after deliberation. Hey, thanks, Carolina T. And many more. Wait, hold on.
And many more.
Hey, I didn't even sing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to Gray. Happy birthday to Gray. Happy birthday to Gray. Happy birthday to Gray.
And many more.
Wow. Why are you singing happy birthday to me? I'm not you. Stephen Dana Pankey shot Janelle Matthews during the course of kidnapping. Stephen Dana Pankey shot Janelle Matthews intentionally and after deliberation. Stephen Dana Pankey watched school children walk home from Franklin Middle School, where Janelle Matthews went to school. Sounds a little bit like Miller, John Miller, in the April Tinsley case. Stephen Dana Pankey demonstrated intimate familiarity with the neighborhood where Janelle Matthews lived when he stated that 2 police officers lived in the same block as Janelle Matthews. Maybe it'll catch some of these. And many more. Huh. I wonder how they know that he demonstrated intimate familiarity where Janelle Matthews lived when he stated that 2 police officers lived in the same block as Janelle. Wow, that's weird. During an interview in March of 1985. Yeah, how would he know that? Stephen Dana Pankey attended the Sunnyview Church of Nazarene. Let's see where that was. Probably gonna hold on. So that's probably it right there. It's pretty close. So she would have needed a ride because it's not like right next to the house. So okay, so Stephen Dana Pankey attended the Sunnyview Church of Nazarene until approximately June 1978. So he attended there. That's what I meant. The Matthews family joined the church in the summer of 1978. So while he was there, they joined there. Interesting. Steve and Dana Pankey knew of and discussed a crucial piece of evidence from the Matthews house withheld from the public by law enforcement. Specifically, a rake was used to obliterate shoe impressions in the snow. Wow. It's weird that he would know stuff like that. Upon a completion of an autopsy by forensic pathologist, Janelle Matthews' cause of death was determined to be a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was a homicide. Steve and Dana Pankey owned a firearm in 1984. Steve and Dana Pankey intentionally inserted himself in the investigation many times over the years, claiming to have knowledge of the crime, which grew inconsistent and incriminating over time. It's weird, yeah, because over time he was getting tired of not really being, he thought maybe he wasn't being considered the big-time suspect. So he kept giving them a little bit more information and encouraging them. And even his comment on my YouTube is sort of like that, if you really think about it. He's on there talking about, if the cops would just do something, they would arrest me, but they're not. Basically that's what he's saying. Got so many windows open and closing them down now. All right. Let's see. Intentionally inserted himself in the investigation many times over the years, claiming to have knowledge of the crime, which grew inconsistent and incriminating over time. Steve and Dana Pankey filed pleadings in many cases, both civil and criminal, that contain both direct and veiled statements about Janelle Matthews. So why would he file pleadings and do all this stuff, trying to give him more help? In 1999, pleading filed, so literally 15 years later, pleading filed with the Idaho Supreme Court, Steve and Dana Pankey argued if the court ruled in certain fashion, it is reasonable for the appellant to believe he would get the death penalty. So he's saying, if I plead in a certain way, and if the court ruled a certain way, then I might get the death penalty. It is reasonable for the appellant to believe he would get the death penalty for revealing the location. So he thinks, he knew what the location was in 1999. He wanted to reveal the location, but then he thought, I might get the death penalty if I tell you. What he should have done was made a deal. Said, listen, you take death off the table, I'll show you. Saved people a lot of time. Steve and Dana Pankey wrote, without a deal, without a deal, this will never be solved. Okay. So he was trying to get them to cut a deal with him. Steve and Dana Pankey repeatedly demanded immunity in exchange for information he claimed to possess after the murder of Janelle Matthews. Oh, so he wanted immunity. Well, you can forget that. That's why they wouldn't do it. Steve and Dana Pankey asserted in an April 2003 pro-court pleading, the family should be informed that Jonelle died before crossing 10th Street, and not to give the family hope. So look how psycho this guy is. See, this is 10th Street right over here, I believe. Where is 10th Street? Let me type that in again. Seemed like it was there when we were looking at the other day. Yeah, well, it's 10th Street right there, so that is 10th Street. So before crossing 10th Street, she was dead, and then, if you look at it, that's 10th Street, and then it could be right here, and then driving down, and her body's put right here. So what in the hell was the reason? He shot her, and then he had sex with a dead body? Is that what he was doing? Stephen Dana Pankey stated in a letter, August 15th, 2013, about a week after the fact, I realized a blanket or comforter or quilt also disappeared from the Matthews house. Why would he type that in? But I must realize justice isn't always served and move on. So Stephen Dana Pankey stated in a letter, and then he said, about a week after the fact, I realized a blanket or comforter or quilt also disappeared from the Matthews house. Like, how the hell would he know that? Right? That's because he's the killer. Stephen Dana Pankey sent an alibi document to law enforcement in 2013. The letter detailed plans for a family trip to California commencing on December 21st, 1984. Detailed plans for a family trip to California commencing on December 21st, 1984. That's the same day. The morning after Janelle Matthews went missing. The document contained false statements and superfluous details. Angela Hicks described the family trip commencing 2 days after Janelle Matthews' disappearance on December 22nd as unexpected. She described that Stephen Dana Pankey dumped their family dogs prior to this trip and they were never seen again. On the drive home, he stated that he uncharacteristically listened to the radio, searching for news accounts of Janelle's disappearance. Upon arriving back in Greeley, Stephen Dana Pankey forced her to read the newspaper accounts about Jonelle to him. Angela Hicks stated when they finally arrived home on December 26th, the day after Christmas, 1984, he immediately began digging in the yard, and approximately 2 days later, a car on the property burst into flames, which Stephen Dana Pankey then disposed of at a local salvage yard. So you know that car was used, obviously. And there was blood all over it, I'm sure, because he probably shot her while she was in the car, maybe while she was in the trunk. During a church service in early 1985, Stephen Dana Pankey began muttering false prophet when the minister announced Janelle Matthews would be found safe and returned home, according to his then wife, Angela Hicks. So he was muttering, the pastor's like, she'll be home safely, and he's like, you false prophet, I already know she's dead, you idiot. He grew increasingly agitated and had to be removed from the church by parishioners. In 2008, Angela Hicks heard Stephen Dana Pankey say at his murdered son's funeral, I hope God didn't allow this to happen because of Janelle Matthews. Stephen Dana Pankey told Angela Hicks in 1999 that the Sun Valley Police refuses to believe he has information related to Janelle's disappearance, and they refuse to give him immunity in exchange for that evidence. Noticing Angela's confused expression, Pankey remarked, you don't think I could have hurt her, do you? She looked just like you. Jeez. What a psycho. Stephen Dana Pankey repeatedly searched for information about Janelle Matthews on the internet. Subsequent to contact by Greeley police detectives in 2019, Stephen Dana Pankey attempted to delete all evidence of these searches from his electronic devices. Stephen Dana Pankey lived approximately 2 miles from Janelle Matthews on December 20th, 1984. Stephen Dana Pankey lived at... let's get that in there. Okay, let's see. Stephen Dana Pankey lived at 27965 Weld County Road, 47.5 in 1980, approximately 10 miles due north of the recovery of Janelle Matthews' body. Here, let me look this up here really quick. Stephen Pankey. I'm sure there's only one of these. 69. Yep. Only one. And then we can go back in time. 2085. I bet that's it. This has got to be it. Look at this thing. It's on 10th Street. So he even lived on 10th Street right there. That's his house. Look at that. And then let's measure it. Just it looks like probably 2 miles. It's probably like 1.7 because it's straight what I'm doing. So 1.66 driving would be 2. So that's definitely where he lived at the time. And that's 10th Street. Right back there in that house. Looks like a house of horrors to me, doesn't it? Well, I don't know what it looks like to you, Gray. Yeah, well, you guys can go watch that. Unfound's a podcast. I don't really care. I don't like when people pump YouTube channels, though. But I think Unfound is more of a podcast, right? I would just go with that. But that is the general. Yeah, we don't do the, hey, check out on this one, because a lot of these people are just clowns, and they get lucky with one thing and everybody thinks they're the greatest. That'd be pretty cool to listen to. When was that done, actually? Kristen? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't say it was a clown. I said a lot of the people that do that are these other YouTubers that people mention. So you didn't need to put that part in there. Yeah, I've heard of Unfound. They're a pretty big podcast. No, so it wasn't. He didn't just interview. I can't play it on here, so you don't need to get the link. Just email it to me. Email me the link. I'm not going to be playing it on here. All I have is that he heard from him is that he made a comment on one of my videos. That's it. It's interesting, though. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I didn't even think of doing that, but somebody got a hold of him after the body was found, when he was a suspect, obviously, and then he decided to talk, because that interview looks like it's only a month and a half after that. I know he interviewed him. I just said that. Well, how come everybody gets so confused? It's just weird. I said that exactly. He interviewed him. It's an interview. Man, we're getting into one of those weird moments again where everything's just, you know. Yeah, just send me a link. I don't want to spend any more time talking about it, though. I'm sure he wanted to be interviewed. It's not odd at all, LM. I don't care if he wanted to be interviewed. That he wanted to be known this entire time. Can't you tell? Everything that we've been reading, it's exactly like that. I wasn't being an asshole. I'm trying to tell you that I already heard what you said. I already knew it. Yeah, don't hide somebody. Just you don't need to hide anybody. Yeah, I wasn't being one. You kept saying stuff that I wasn't saying, so I was saying, no, I didn't say that. I know he interviewed the guy. And it doesn't surprise me at all that he would do it because he's somebody that wanted more attention. He wasn't getting enough attention from the police, okay? Yeah, he wasn't getting enough attention from the police, so he kept trying to insinuate himself and saying, hey, hey, everybody, I know this, everybody. Right, you misunderstood, okay. Yeah, so the thing is he's, that's what I'm saying, is he's an absolute, he's one of those classic, just like John Miller was. Remember John Miller where he in the April Tinsley case, where he taunted the police, he put a message on a barn, and he said, did you find the other shoe? And then years after that, he put used condoms in girls' bicycles with notes. And, later on, and then years later, they used that DNA to actually arrest him. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, you keep typing it in, but yeah, just send me the link to it. That's all I need to do. I want to check it out. Yeah. Yeah, but I think he's a lot like, sounds like John Miller from the April Tinsley. Psycho. Yeah, you guys should, I made pretty long videos back in the day. It was, it was really weird about the April Tinsley case. See, a lot of you are new, so I'm going to show you how this worked out here. So these are all the locations in the Tinsley case. And she was found way up here. And it was weird because I was having a hard time finding her, the location, because there was an image in the papers back then. And they kept showing this driveway, a double driveway, okay? But it turns out, I zoomed in like this, and then I noticed that you can actually see that this was a double driveway. Watch this. What they did was this right here, this section was poured in there, and it used to just be a driveway that went like that and a driveway that went like this. Isn't that crazy? And so then I realized, okay, I'm in the right spot. Here, hold on a second. I got a cake. My God. Want some cake, Kristen? Anyways, don't you think that's crazy? So anyways, I was able to find that location. Yeah, no, I appreciate you getting me the link. It's just I didn't want to have that long, drawn-out conversation. Everybody was... I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand how weird moments like that happen on this channel when I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just sitting here. I was the one that said it's okay for her to put the channel on here, and then somehow everything got turned on me like I'm some mean person. Okay? I didn't do anything wrong. So anyways, she was found right down in here, this area, next to this water down there. That's the April Tinsley case. And then he, where's the barn? I've got the barn mapped out. In this area right here, he wrote a message on the barn and says, hey, I'm the one that raped and killed April Tinsley. Wrote it right on that paint right there. And there was, they always showed these images, but they always left out a part of it because it said, did you find the other shoe? And there was actually sleuths out there that guessed that it said that, which is crazy, right? But yeah, just send me the link to that because I'm interested to listen to it, and then I'll comment back on what I thought. Yeah, I'm always the bad guy. I guess I need to go into jail again. I can't cut a break. Can't get a... I got Skippy in jail though. Man, Lee D, the Aussie, always keep me in there. It's never get out. I'm gonna have to have some cake here. I might not only do a show till like 9 something, 15 or something.
Stay put.
9:30. We'll see. I know. I got put in jail because you guys made a weird situation about that podcast. But yeah, I like wearing the stripes. I look good in stripes. Wow. I know. I heard her say that. I saw her say that. But that was because she thought I was thinking of something else. I wasn't trying to be an asshole.
You look good in stripes.
I was just saying I didn't say that. Yeah, I know. She said that though after every, you know. I get it.
Get out of jail. Do not pass go.
Well, thank you. Now I'll get the hell out of here. Well, no, because Angie said I look good in stripes, so that means I have to stay in there. Now I'll get out. All right. Anyways, that was just a side track there. Oh, yeah. And then one of the things I was going to say was when I was doing my live show about this a long time ago, there was all the, you know, again, there was these notes put on bicycles in this area. But the FBI had given this really detailed area. So we were looking around in here. And I literally was, I mean, check this thing out. I was on Street View right around here looking around. And then he's actually found right there. Like, we were on Street View. We were within a quarter mile of him. And the FBI profile on this case was probably the best FBI profile I've ever seen. I mean, if you can find it out there, it's absolutely crazy. They literally absolutely nailed it. They said he'd live in northeast Fort, I think it's Fort Wayne, isn't it? Yeah, Fort Wayne, northeast Fort Wayne area. Well, look at that right there. Or right there. So northeast Fort Wayne area. They said he would live near a school where he could watch kids, but he may have only done it this one time. And look at that. He lives in a trailer right next to a school. I mean, it was freaking nuts. A park right there. Or at least a park where kids are. And, I mean, it was so accurate. I didn't even want to read it on the air. I had, like, a voice read it for me. Oh, and by the way, you guys should check out, we're done recording, finally, the Allison Watterson podcast. It's 8 episodes long. So, I think 2 are out so far. So, you guys might want to check that out. 3 Minute of Mystery. Tattooed Tears. Oh, thank you to Maureen and Paulette. Thank you very much. On PayPal. I'm just seeing if anybody sent me the... Okay. How do you search? Oh, is it... What's this one? Is this the... I think she... I don't know if it was her, but somebody just sent me the podcast. It's on YouTube too, but... Cool. Yeah, I think it's a really good season. A lot of interviews with different people, and you know, we interviewed Billy, the sister of Misty. I mean Allison. Yeah, Misty. Jeez, I was right. Sister of Misty. She's a real bulldog. Me and her butted heads a few times, but she's like really probably, you know, one of the strongest willed people out there in a situation like this. Really strong for her sister. Hey, thanks, Kristen Rose. Did you just send that to me a second ago, the podcast? Is what live? Oh, that was you. Okay. Well, thank you. I wasn't sure. The name was different, but... It was me from Charlie. I don't know. Who's Charlie? You talked? What do you mean? Oh, I'm still trying to find the Oh, I see. You talked on the podcast? Oh, that's your... Wait, you interviewed him too? There's two different people that... Two different people interviewed this guy, Pankey? Or are you the podcast that she was talking about, Unfound? Let me just open it. I won't play it. I just want to...
Janelle Matthews was...
Oh, yeah, the Unfound podcast. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I thought it was a guy. Oh, I see. Okay. Man, I'm just totally confused myself. Anyways, that's awesome. How about this? Do I have the... Let's see. Is it something that I can play on here? Because if you give me... I don't know if you're giving me permission to play it. I will. But I don't want to... It's totally your product. Okay. Isn't Unfound a pretty big podcast, I thought? I don't know. I've heard of it before. I don't want to get like in trouble for it, though. No, I mean, I've got the YouTube. I can just play it on the side. Well, my birthday's still going along. Is it live? Hey, where'd Kubi go? Hey, thanks, Kubi, and thanks, Tracy, and thanks, Zo. I always want to say Zoe, but Zozo for the, or Mary Lou, for the fruit basket. I gobbled down the pineapple and chocolate in about 2 seconds. Yeah. How about this? Maybe let me listen to it on my own and then I'll... Hey, thanks. Kristen Rose. What, did you win the lottery? You need my address? Yeah, it's pretty good, the pineapple with the chocolate on it. And then there was a big thing of chocolate that I ate. No, don't worry about it, Chris and Rose. You don't have to, you don't have to send money in because you felt like, right? Basically, at the end of the month, though, I donate to charity, too. So even the birthday money here, no matter what it is, at the end of the month, I donate quite a bit of money to various true crime charities. And when I say that, I'm being literal a lot. Okay, a lot of people say that, but I literally do a lot. And we're because of the generous freak family here, we have donated $15,500 so far this year to places like Texas EquiSearch, the DNA Doe Project, the Innocence Project, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I can't remember the actual name of the... let me hold on a second. Yeah, and also the Wounded Blue Fund gave $500 to DNA Doe Project, $2,300. RAIN is the other one. That's for violence against women, $1,000 so far. And then NCMEC, $2,100. And then FirstResponders.org, $1,000. Texas EquiSearch, $5,000 so far this year. And then Innocence Project, $900. And then Kyron Horman Foundation, $2,700. And we're also donating some money on the podcast, 3 Minute of Mystery, to the Kyron Horman Foundation. All right? So there you go. Good stuff. Oh, and thank you, Kristen Rose again. Oh, so it's a 3-hour interview? Well, I would have thought there would have been a lot of red flags in a 3-hour interview. I'll have to check that out. I can't play it here. It's too long. But I'll just have it playing on the side. Hey, Zozo, thank you for the fruit basket. I sent you a message on Facebook. All right. I'm going to switch over to the other case really quick. What's that smell? I smell food. Okay, so this is the Christine Jessop in Canada. Somebody sent this to me. Said it was a big case in Canada. It does look like it. It's similar to some other cases we've covered where there is somebody that was convicted early on that didn't have anything to do with it. So I'm just going to go over this pretty quickly here, I think. Well, I don't know how quick I can do it, but the search for an 8-year-old girl missing since Wednesday from this tiny farming community north of Toronto continued today. Hundreds of local residents and police combed fields and wooded lots in the area Thursday for Christine Jessop, who disappeared Wednesday afternoon after buying bubble gum from a general store just 500 meters from her home. She had ridden away on her bicycle, which was later found at her home, which is weird, right? I mean, why was her bicycle found at home if she had ridden away on the bicycle? It looks pretty grim, said Inspector Bob McLaughlin of York Regional Police. We haven't uncovered a single thing. Hey, wait, Chris and Rose, come on. Did you win the lottery or something? Or seriously? Christine lives with the mother, Janet Jessop, and brother, Kenneth, 14. The two had been at a dentist appointment and found... thank you very much, I appreciate it. Christine lives with her mother, Janet Jessop, and brother, Kenneth, 14. The two had been at a dentist appointment and found the child missing when they arrived home about 30 minutes after she was last seen. The child's father, Robert Jessop, recently began serving an 18-month sentence at a detention center in Toronto for misappropriation of funds. I don't think she would have run away, he said. She was upset the first week I was in here, but according to her mother, she was settled down. We've never been separated before in our lives. At the Jessop house, friends and relatives huddled with the girl's mother, described by police as being in shock. She's 4'9", 90 pounds. I get nervous seeing a Heather in here, but not that one. She's a 4.3 light. It's the 5.2 dark that. So again, they keep searching for her. They're not finding anything. She went missing on the 3rd, and this one's on the 6th. Police ran a computer check of sex offenders and widened their search Friday in the hunt for an 8-year-old girl who was last seen Wednesday buying candy in this town's only general store. Aided by a helicopter, about 400 volunteers and 40 policemen combed a 50 square kilometer area. And again, they didn't find anything. Parents make public plea for safe return of daughter. The parents of Christine Jessop, who has been missing since last Wednesday, are pleading for safe return of their daughter. Although a large-scale search by police and volunteers for the 8-year-old in the area around this farming community north of Toronto ended Saturday, Robert and Jeanette Jessop continue to make pleas to the public for any clues to the child's whereabouts. We just want to hear from her. Whoever has Christine, just phone us and let us know. So they were thinking that she was being held somewhere. And this is the family right here. You know what's weird is I really like some of these newspaper images. I mean, not that like when I say like, it means that they're high quality. I don't know, something about them when they're black and white. Some of these pictures that are taken in the paper, you could almost frame them. If you just touched them up a little bit, made things smoother, and just boom. You know. Just as a reminder of bad things, I guess. Dad freed to look for missing daughter. So the father that was in prison for 18 months, he was actually freed so that he could help look. That's actually kind of cool, especially for that kind of a prison. It's not violent. It's just misappropriation of funds. It's a pretty big sentence, though. 18 months for that. He must have done something pretty bad. Robert Jessop, 42, whose daughter, Christine, disappeared last Wednesday from the small town north of Toronto, was granted bail last Friday pending an appeal of his conviction. He had served 3 weeks of his 18-month sentence. The trail of the missing girl last seen buying bubblegum in a store near her home has become pretty cold. Okay, now we're moving forward 2 months. Family of missing 9-year-old girl won't be celebrating Christmas. The parents of Christine Jessop, the 9-year-old Queensville, Ontario girl, who disappeared 10 weeks ago, will not be celebrating Christmas as residents of the town 65 kilometers north of Toronto string their colored lights and prepare for holidays. The mood at the small white farmhouse on the edge of town has sunk to a new low. The Jessops are readying themselves for their first Christmas without Christine. And that's exactly what Misty Watterson had to do. It was literally like 2 days before Christmas. Really sucks. Okay, and then the next year, just not too long after that, missing child's body found. So her body was found about 9 days after that last article. The body of Christine Jessop, a girl who was the subject of a massive search when she vanished last October, has been found in a wooded area north of here. The remains were plotted Monday by a farmer and his children, or spotted, Monday by a farmer and his children who had been searching for a lost dog. On Tuesday, forensic science specialists positively identified the body as that of Christine, who would have celebrated her 10th birthday in November. Christine, a grade 4 student, disappeared on October 3rd. Yeah, that's crazy though. She had ridden away on her bicycle, which was later found at her home. See, that part's weird. Almost like she just made it home and then was abducted. She had ridden away on her bicycle, which was later found at the home where she lived with her parents, Jeanette Robert and brother Kenneth, 14. Brown said the case is being treated as a homicide and an autopsy is planned. Christine's parents prepared for the worst Monday night after police arrived to say they felt certain that their daughter's body had been found near Sutherland, about 35 kilometers from their home. Police follow leads in girl's death. Police are continuing to search, but they're just not really on to anything at that time. And then neighbor charged with murder of girl. A next-door neighbor who matched a police profile of the suspected killer of 8-year-old Christine Jessop was charged Tuesday with the murder. Guy Paul Morin, 25, of Queensville, a quiet community of 400 about 50 kilometers north of Toronto, had been charged with first-degree murder in the death last October. Morin, described by neighbors as unemployed and the youngest child of 6, who still lived with parents, was arrested Monday night while en route to nearby Stouffville. So they make an arrest here. And then 10 months later, Jessop family in shock over not guilty. He went all the way to court, a trial, and he was found not guilty. Okay, so there we go. We got that. Then a year and a half later, accused child killer acquittal nullified. The Ontario Court of Appeal. See, we don't have that in the United States. And there's a good reason for it. And the reason for it is exactly what happened in this one. The Ontario Court of Appeal on Friday quashed the 1986 acquittal of Guy Paul Morin and called for a new trial in the murder. Because of an acquittal by jury, there is an absolute right to appeal, said Ruby, who added he would file the appeal within 21 days. So that means the prosecutors in that state have the ability to file an appeal if a jury acquits somebody. So there you go. They were trying him again. Man ordered to be tried again in sex slaying. This is actually another year and a half after that last article. So eventually the appeal by the prosecutor must have worked. And Guy Paul Morin must face a second trial for the sex slaying of his 9-year-old neighbor Christine Jessop because the judge seriously misdirected the jury that acquitted him in his trial, the Supreme Court of Canada ruled Thursday. A friend said Morin, 29, was in tears when told of the ruling. "This really is a nightmare," the friend quoted him as saying. "When will it end?" Morin found guilty this time. After an 8-year legal battle, Guy Paul Morin has been found guilty of the brutal sex slaying of Christine Jessop, his 9-year-old neighbor. Following a night's sleep and 8 days of deliberation, 11 jurors walked into a courtroom Thursday morning and rendered the verdict that left spectators in stunned silence. Before imposing an automatic sentence of life imprisonment with no chance of parole for 25-year-old Mr. Justice James Jonelle asked Morin, 32, if he had anything to say. Morin promptly rose. "I'm not guilty of this crime," he said forcefully as he gripped the wooden railing. "That's all I'm telling you today." And 2 years later, revelations may win Morin a retrial. Guy Paul Morin, who was convicted of killing a 9-year-old girl, could get a new trial if recent claims that a key Crown witness lied are deemed substantial. You'd have to size it up, Bruce Durno, president of Criminal Lawyer Association in Ontario, said Wednesday. He said defense lawyers would have to take the claims before an appeals court. And so, that process is going on. And then about 5 months later, the Morin case, another travesty of justice. So he actually, I think at this point he was, let me make sure. Yeah, he's been acquitted. Again, not acquitted, just set free because DNA at this point was in existence, and the DNA cleared him of the murder of Christine Jessop, right? So that means this guy had to spend 10 years of his life because the idiots, these total morons in the, I don't know why in Canada they have where they can just take a second bite at the apple. This is exactly why if you can't produce the goods the first time, you don't get another chance. It sucks sometimes because there's a guilty person. I don't know who Tony is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anytime you have a clown shows up that just does something like that, you just delete him. Yeah, I think there's a huge number. I think a great organization that could exist would be, and it should be really easy to do. I hate how judges deny, you can't really test it. There should be something where tons of money is raised, and all they do is test DNA in people that are in prison that were convicted on a rape, and there's a kit available. And the judges should go, yeah, go ahead, go do it. Oh, wow. I mean, it's so stupid how they go, yeah, the evidence was strong enough. We're not going to let you do it. Why not? Are you scared of something, Judge? Is that what's going on? Are you scared that it'll overturn something and prove that it was false, what you sold as a bill of goods? Investigator lawyer tangle. So then they started investigating how it happened over the years. How in the hell this happened? That's what they investigated for a long time. Then 1998, flawed system convicted Morin. They're just going through it. I'm not going to read through all of these. And this is the ordeal in chronological order. Christine Jessop disappears on October 3rd. December 31st, 1984, her battered body is found 50 kilometers away. April 22nd, 85, just 4 months later, Guy Paul Morin is charged with first-degree murder. February 7th, 1986, Morin is acquitted. Then June 5th, 1987, Ontario Court of Appeals orders a new trial. November 17th, 1988, Supreme Court of Canada agrees with Ontario Appeal Court. July 30th, 1992, Morin is convicted of first-degree murder. January 23rd, Morin is acquitted by Ontario Court of Appeals. So they keep, you're still in there. 1996, public inquiry into, Morin is acquitted. That's right. So he was acquitted and freed on January 23rd, 1995. Then September 3rd, public inquiry into wrongful conviction begins. On January 24th, Ontario government awards Morin and his parents $1.25 million in compensation. Yeah, he deserves every nickel of that. And then final summations conclude in inquiry in 1989. Yeah, and then there's other articles in 2004. Police no closer to solving the Jessop murder now because the other guy was completely innocent and he was exonerated by DNA. You can see right there. 2 decades later, the case is confined to 300 cardboard boxes filled with yellowing documents in a police vault, plus an all-important DNA sample. So since they were able to clear him with DNA, that means they have a DNA sample, right? So then, here we go. Right here. DNA solves 1984 murder of Christine Jessop. Suspect dead. DNA has helped to solve the 1984 murder of Christine Jessop. However, the suspect is now dead. Toronto Police Chief James Raymer identified Calvin Hoover as Jessop's murderer. He was 28 at the time of the death, and he died in 2015. Raymer said a DNA sample found on Jessop's underwear was identified on October 9th as belonging to Hoover, so they must have done the DNA genealogy. Kenny Jessop, Christine's brother, told Global News the family is feeling stunned, but happily stunned, after hearing the news. He said they are experiencing all 7 stages of grief. And you know that they were all excited when the first guy was put in prison. Do they feel bad about that? Kenny said the suspect died by suicide a few years ago and was a friend of the family. Oh, wow. Wait, Kenny, wow. So Kenny said the suspect died by suicide a few years ago and was a friend of the family. The alleged killer's wife was their father's co-worker. Oh, my God. How horrible is that? He probably felt guilty over the years, saw the writing on the wall of DNA coming, and he just said, I'm out. Or just felt totally guilty. You know, probably meeting him all the time. They probably had conversations. Wow, what a nut. They were friends, and Christine and I would go down and play with their kids, he said. Even 35 years later, do you think about it every day? Was it this person? From day one, I truly believed it was someone who knew our family, knew my dad was in jail, and knew that we were going to visit him that day. Yep, that's exactly right. It all fits together now. The 9-year-old went missing October 3rd, 1984, and her remains were found 3 months later on New Year's Eve. The girl had been raped and murdered. The case drew national attention, especially when police charged Jessop's neighbor, Guy Paul Morin, with the 9-year-old's death. Police are still asking for help so they can put all the pieces together. And then long exonerated Guy Paul Morin relieved for Jessop family after killer identified. So this is the guy that was wrongfully convicted. I don't think they have a picture of the guy in here. That says, this morning 2 members of the Toronto Police Service came to my home and told me that they had identified the man who murdered Christine Jessop. This is by Guy Paul Morin. I'm sure they felt really bad over the years, some of the later people, and then they let him know really quick. Through DNA found on Christine's clothing. I am relieved for Christine's mother, Janet. I wonder if he was ever a suspect, this guy, early on. And her family, and hope this will give them some peace of mind. And think how horrific that was for that kid. Knowing who that person was, thought he was a friend of the family, and just, God, what a nightmare. They've been through a dreadful ordeal for 36 years since they lost Christine in 1984. I'm grateful that the Toronto police stayed on the case and have now finally solved it. When DNA exonerated me in January of 1995, I was sure that one day DNA would reveal the real killer. So they must have done genealogy. Had to have been that way. Oh, is that him? That's not him right there, is it? Guy Paul was exonerated a long time ago, back in 1995. He added, but of course, a person accused and indeed convicted of a crime he didn't commit, he's very relieved that they finally found the real killer as well. Lockyer said the case, however tragic, can be a learning experience. I'm not sure why this picture's here. Does it say? He spoke to Morin on Thursday shortly before police went public with news that Calvin Hoover, who died in 2015, was responsible. And it seems like that's who this is, but there's no, normally they put like a subtitle on there. You think so, Kubi? That's your kind of guy, huh? Awesome. Yeah, well, it's obviously the genealogy. Yep. A day was too long, but 36. Is this it right here? No, it's something else. Awesome. Well, I don't really have much more to do tonight, you guys. I was hanging out, doing birthday stuff, and you guys got to see me in my prison garb,
Gray, you're so mean.
Oh boy, what a psycho.
What, are you calling me a psycho?
Yes, I'm calling you a psycho. You're an absolute whack job, Mary Lou.
Oh God, that's so mean.
That doesn't sound real.
Thank you, Rebecca N.
Happy birthday, Gray. Today is my son's 18th birthday. Can Mary Lou sing to Morris when you get to a stopping point? For 3 hours you have the same birthday.
A stopping point? Why does Gray need a stopping point for that?
Yeah, why did they need a stopping point for that? Okay, here we go. Happy birthday to Maurice. Happy birthday to Maurice. Happy birthday to Maurice. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Hey, good job there, John Boy.
Hey, you too. Not too bad there, Mary Lou. Not too bad.
No bail.
No bail. Damn, Lee D. She always keeps me in there. It's crazy. Was that good? Was that good for you, Rebecca? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, Juju Positive made me this cool video of all the negative comments that were made on that Facebook page. It's pretty crazy. So at least I have it stored. Oh wait, I can get out of here now. I think. Thanks. Freaks. Okay, wow, look at that. Chad, psychic donation there. Thank you. No, it's not something you can hear. It's just screenshots of stuff. Oh, that's not what I was going to do. Hold on a second. This is what I don't like. It's stupid. There it is. This is the one I wanted to put up there. See, if you just click on something to see it, streams it. It's crazy. So there you go. Look at all the freaks there. Oh, well, thank you, Debbie on PayPal, too. Very kind. Thank you. Yeah, so it's on PayPal, Debbie, Marine, and Paulette. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting case, that one out of Canada, though. And they had a lot of newspaper coverage, amazingly. I don't even know what comments you guys are talking about. Anyways, thank you guys very much for making my birthday fun. Thank you for Tracy, Kubi, and Zozo for sending that basket. Thank you all for the birthday donations. And those are the... Let me read those off. I just named 3 of them on PayPal. And then Zozo, Lee D, One Sly Angel, Kit Kat, Jessica Schubach, Lori Staggs, Kubi, Rochelle Black, Kristen Rose, Crystal Ann, Zozo, Pamela Denise. Uh-oh. God. Dana Dane, Billy Boy Blue, Dana Dane, Firefly Shy. And then Cindy Leon, Mary Wood, Kristen Rose again, thank you. Kit Kat, Spunky Steph, Caroline T, Lee D. Here, do you want to answer this next time? Because it's Jean. If she calls again. Angie Pangie. Lee D, Angie Pangie, Billy Boy Blue, Kristen Rose again, thank you. Kristen Rose again, and then Kristen Rose again. Thank you for making it. It's going to help out a lot at the end of the month. Rebecca N, Lee D, and Chad Bobinger. Thank you. Very cool, very cool. All right. Well, I thank you guys very much, and I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Interesting cases out there. We'll get back to the normal stuff tomorrow. I probably won't be wearing my jail outfit tomorrow, but maybe have some sort of combination of something going on Halloween. Who the hell knows? Yes, so thank you guys very much. You know, it's very, very kind of you guys. All right. So that's it, everybody. And as I always say, until next time, I don't have my hat to go off of, but be safe out. Oh, look at it for Gen H. Thank you. Thanks,
I've
Gen
been
H.
doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime detector, gonna get ya on a stretcher. If you try to do me like an old projector, crime sector
Is my nectar. Professor Grio's gonna give another lecture.
crime collector,
Freak connector,
And I'm always gonna be a pup protector.
fool deflector,
Interceptor. And I mean a little spectre with a vector.
vector on his pector. With all respect, ya.
Hey, not
But just
bad,
remember,
Razer.
I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda. I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work.
Ooh, he needed the money. Hey, it's Juju Positive. Hey, thanks for the video, Juju Positive. Now I have a record.
Yeah, thanks, Juju. That was really nice of you. And thank you for the birthday. Money for Gray.
Yeah, for Gray.
All right. Well, hey, that was a cool show. Such generous freaks out there. Absolutely amazing people. Like they always are. Thank you, guys.
Jeez, that's a little overboard there, isn't it?
Oh, they really are. They're the freak family.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Okay, good night, Mary Lou.
Good night, John Boy.
Yes, that's my name.
Well, I was just surprised that you were just so cordial about it.
Let's try it one more time. Good night, Mary Lou.
Good night, John Boy.
And that's my birthday present. That's it, man. They finally got off. They finally got off. You know the video you made for me on the Facebook page. Or whatever you call it. I don't know. You know the Facebook page? But look at that. They finally got off without arguing. It was amazing. Yes, Juju, you made me that cool video that I have record of the Facebook craziness. Oh, and by the way, if you guys look up, I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, I see. Okay. I can't read all the comments. But here's the thing, everybody. If you're on, and you look me up, and you see this Reddit post, it's literally ridiculous. Okay, they have this whole thing. Oh my God! Here's what the headline is: Gray gave a voice to a sex predator. You know, and really what that was we were covering a case where there was a 14-year-old girl who was being sexually assaulted by her stepdad, and then she was also chatting with a guy online in a video game, and that person told her to film the dad do that, and then he would come rescue her, and he did. He went and picked her up, and she had the film of it, and then he drove across state lines with that as well. And then they did turn the video over to police because he said nobody would believe you. And then he actually assaulted her too. You know, like he's just another sick person. So there was 2 sick people that she had to deal with. And then the biological father of this girl came on my show and was talking about the case. And it turns out he has a sex registry as well. But what it was for was a statutory rape where he was like 21 and she was 17 or something like that. You know, something really minor. And they're still friends today, for God's sakes. Okay? But instead, these people make this whole post like I'm some crazy person out there. And so, there you go. So, if you want to look it up, go ahead, but it's an absolute joke, the people who put that out there. And Reddit won't take shit like that down. Well, happy birthday yesterday, Mary. That's exactly right. No, I'm not going to play it. I don't want other people to see it, Juju Positive. I'm just telling people that I'm telling thank you, and thank you for sending it to me. You know, I'm not playing it for other people. All right, but that's the truth of the whole thing. There's just a lot of sick people on social media, you guys. They have nothing better to do. It's crazy. All right, everybody. Yeah, I'll leave the chat up for a while. You guys can keep chatting away, just talking about how great my birthday is. Okay, that's all I want. All right? So have a good rest of the chat right now. I'm off of here. No, I'm still here. Nope, I can't. I'm not. All right, everybody. See you guys tomorrow. Be safe out there. Oh, yeah. Make sure that you wear a mask, social distancing, wash your hands. Okay? Don't forget. Oh, yeah. You want to hear the Halloween song? Okay. All right. All right. I'll stay on for... I'll just play it for you guys. I'm going to go get some of my cake, though. Hold on. It's not really a Halloween song, though. It's... an ice cream cake. One more time. Hey, thanks, Sarah M. Thank you, Wally Gator. Oh, wow. Thanks, Angie Hart.
right. Hey, thanks, everybody. Greg gave me some cake, too. It's good stuff. All right. Well, be safe out there.